Good evening, I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, where we have a weather impact alert in effect, not for tonight, but for tomorrow night, Tuesday night, when we're going to be tracking a band of showers and storms that'll be moving through, and those storms could be severe as they move into our area. Now, we're talking about the time frame mainly in the later evening hours here on Tuesday. In fact, the daytime hours here on Tuesday, they're going to be fine. We're going to see mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy skies at times. Temperatures are going to get up to around 90 degrees. There'll be plenty of heating during the day, but we stay dry during the daytime hours. It's going to be later in the evening hours, pretty much after sunset, when we're watching this line of showers and storms coming in from northwest Georgia and then eventually pushing into the metro Atlanta area. That would be between 11 o'clock tomorrow night till about 1 o'clock in the morning for the metro area, and then pushing on off to the east and be pretty much out of here between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So that is going to be the time frame. So we're saying really Tuesday from 9 o'clock, that would be the time frame when it's moving into northwest Georgia. And then eventually pushing through the metro Atlanta area. So really between 9 at night and 5 o'clock in the morning from northwest Georgia through the metro area and then over to the east of us. That is the timeline for when we have the better chance for some of these stronger storms that'll be moving through. And that is the main impact. Severe thunderstorms that'll be pushing through the area. And some of the ingredients there with that will be the potential for pockets of heavy rain. We have the potential for some damaging wind. We also have the potential for some hail, and there is also a tornado risk. That's mainly on the low end, and we're thinking that that tornado risk is mainly for parts of northwest Georgia and north Georgia, and I'm going to explain that to you coming up in just a little bit. So we always want you to have ways to get warnings. Download the 11 Alive app and enable alerts on there. Make sure on your iPhone you have the WEA or Weather Emergency Alerts enabled there so that you can hear alerts on your phone as well. By that way, have a National Weather Service radio. That's really the best way to get warnings there. But we always want you to have a way to get warnings, but also, especially with these nighttime storms, it's always unsettling to go to sleep and a line of storms is coming in. You're going to want to make sure you have a way to get those warnings. So take a look at what we're watching right now. It is relatively quiet. We don't have much going on here in the Atlanta area right now. However, we do have a couple of isolated showers that have been developing. And we told you all earlier, if you were watching at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight and at 4 o'clock tonight or this afternoon, that most of us would stay dry tonight, but we would be watching the potential for a few isolated storms that could develop tonight, especially north and east of us. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now too, but they are very isolated. You can see here in Atlanta, we're actually fine right now. There have been a couple of raindrops coming through here and there. We do have a couple of showers here in the parts of Bartow County. I'll take a closer look at those in just a minute, but here in Atlanta, we're looking fine. This one in Jackson County, between Jefferson and Athens, is the one cell that we're watching right now that has the heaviest rain with it and also a little bit of that thunder and lightning. I'm going to put this into live mode now. We can get in just a little bit tighter to that. This is pretty much moving right along between Jefferson and the Redstone area. This is New Kingsbridge Road. Oconee Heights is down here. This is along Highway 129. If you kept going that way, you would go toward the Athens area. But it's just that one heavy shower that we have right there around Redstone. We'll get in just a little bit tighter here. And that's right at the Arcade area and Clarksboro. This is just where we have the heaviest shower moving over that area right now. We've got a little thunder and lightning with it, some gusty winds possible, but this is not classified as a severe storm. But you can see how it is there from Jefferson, and then lighter showers there, a little moderate rain near Nicholson, a lighter shower near Hull, getting closer to Comer, and that's just pretty much drifting down toward the south and east. I'll put this back into motion, and you can see this area that we're watching right here as it's just pretty much moving to the south and east. So Athens, you may get in on this shower if it holds together, since it is pushing from the north and to the east of you, and it's pushing down toward the south and west. So that could be pushing into your area. I do think Watkinsville, you'll stay out of it, but we'll keep an eye on that cell as it's moving a little bit closer to the Athens area. Also, let me take you to that shower, those couple of showers we have up in Bartow County. Again, nothing really major with these right now, but you can see this little shower developing near you, Harley. Here's Cartersville. You're dry in Cartersville, but just cross over 75 there, north and east of Cartersville. There's another little shower that's developing just to the south and east of the White area. And we have just a couple of showers there with that. Let's go in just a little bit tighter and we'll kind of see these. That's right between White, Corbin, and Subtly. Mainly light. Holly Spring has the light rain, and this is just a little bit of moderate shower activity just north of Corbin right now as it continues to move on through. Let's get in tighter and see if we get any more streets out of that. So nothing really showing up out of that there. Also, this one is a little more moderate in here as we get a little bit tighter to that cell at U Harley Road, Oak Grove Road, Taylorsville, Macedonia Road, near Ormine Road, getting closer to Cliff Nelson Road there. So again, that is up in parts of Bartow County where we see those showers that are pushing through just between Stilesboro and Kingston, where we see that little cell that's moving through that area too. And again, if you're looking at it, let's put this back into motion, you'll see that it just really is kind of developing. And this one actually looked like it pulsed up a little bit. We had a little bit of red in that, indicating some heavier rain, and now looks like it's weakening. And this one might be growing a little bit, could be moving up a little bit closer to Waleska and Canton if it holds together. But again, it's just going to be a little rain shower that's going to be moving through there. Nothing else really major continuing to push on through. On the south side, we're not seeing much developing out there either. But let me widen out and show you what we're going to be watching though overnight tonight, well to our west, and then eventually this stuff is going to be moving into our area later tomorrow. Here we are in Atlanta again, so we're way over here. We have a few showers up in Tennessee. We're going to keep an eye on those. Let me go in a little bit tighter to those. We're keeping an eye on those because the storms have been developing there around Nashville. They're falling apart. We have a few other ones that were near north of Chattanooga. They're also falling apart. But the National Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center had been targeting an area right around here into parts of north and northeast Georgia as having a chance for some storms to develop. But the ones in Tennessee have not been that impressive, but there's still a little bit of energy there with that, and it is still possible during the evening hours we could have just a couple of showers developing, but we're not expecting anything widespread severe out of that for tonight. But again, it is this system that is out to the west. That's the part that's going to be moving into our area later on tomorrow night, and that's what's going to give us that potential for severe storms. You've got tornado watches in effect from Texas here into parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, back up into Kansas and also Nebraska. And within that, we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. We even have a couple of tornado warnings out of that too. One south of St. Louis. That's the last thing that St. Louis needs right now after the severe storms and tornadoes that they have already been dealing with. But that is the system that's moving toward us. I don't think it's going to be as widespread of severe weather threat as what they're having out there now. But again, it's something that we're going to keep an eye on as it gets closer to us. And it will give us at least some showers and storms. Here's a live look in Athens right now. I want to show this to you full so you can get a good look at what you see in Athens. The reason I am showing you this camera right now in Athens is because this is looking more toward the north and west, toward a couple of those showers that we were watching there, and we can't really see any structure of the clouds that are building or anything there right now. But I was looking to see if we would see any lightning flashes, and so far we haven't really seen much with that. Now tomorrow, this is what we're talking about with a severe weather threat that is going to be over a big part of the southeast again. I want you to look at this tan color right here, really going from Mississippi into Alabama, much of Tennessee, and much of southern Kentucky is in this tan color, which is a level 3 of 5 risk for severe storms. So I think that our highest chance for severe storms tomorrow will be well to the north and west. But I want you to look as we get closer to Georgia here, how parts of northwest Georgia are also in that level 3 risk. And that's going to be the area that we think has the highest chance of seeing some stronger storms here again later tomorrow night. Notice the yellow color here is the level 2 risk that goes from West Georgia along I-20, getting closer to Carroll County there, moving up through Gilmer, Fannin County, up toward parts of Rabun, Towns, and Union counties, including North Cobb, including Paulding, including Bartow, parts of Forsyth County, Dawson County, Lumpkin County. That yellow is a level 2 of 5 risk, meaning there's a chance for some scattered stronger storms. And then isolated stronger storms from Atlanta down to the south. What the deal is going to be happening here is that as that system moves in, the timing may be a little bit in our favor because we're going to get up to 90 degrees tomorrow. We're going to have plenty of heating, but by the time those storms get here, we will be losing some of that afternoon heating, and we think that these storms will be weakening as they move in, but they aren't going to totally fall apart. We'll still have some, but maybe not as strong as they'll be out to the west. So the main impacts we're watching and the main storm threats are heavy rain is more of a moderate risk. The strong wind risk is higher. The tornado risk is not 0 and not very low, it's just low, all right? I really think that's going to be more northwest Georgia where they have that better chance for maybe some isolated tornadoes. There's also a lower risk for some hail out there too. Now, this is our map that shows the tornado environment. Now, when you see these orange and yellows and even getting closer to some red colors, that's indicating where it goes from lower to more moderate chance for tornado development. This isn't a guarantee that you're going to have tornadoes in this area. This is just analyzing the environment that we expect for tomorrow night, meaning that we could see rotation developing out of any of those storms. And it kind of helps us pinpoint which areas are a little more favored for either tornadoes or any rotation to develop. And it's pretty much northwest and north Georgia. This is at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. But then look as you get closer to 11 o'clock. We still have some yellows and oranges there, but not as much as we did. And in the Atlanta area, we're just pretty much seeing the gray, which is a very low risk for tornadic development. And then getting past 11 o'clock, watch what happens here. The yellows and oranges go away. The gray goes away by early in the morning. So that is the weakening trend that we're expecting as those storms continue to push into our area and through our area. But again, not totally falling apart and getting no rain. I do think we will have some rain in at least some of those storms around, but I don't think the tornado risk is going to be weakening as it moves on over to the east. Now look at the high today, 89. We were just shy of 90. The average high for this time of year is 82, so we're still well above the average. And look at the low. It was a mild start this morning at 71. We should be at 62 for this time of year. And take a look at the rain departure. We're about 1.25 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. Temperature is still mild out there right now. We're at 81 after getting up to 89. Some 70s though in the outlying areas. And then for tomorrow, look at the planner. Now remember, I told you we have a weather impact alert in effect, but it doesn't go into effect until the evening hour. So look at this during the day on Tuesday. We're talking sunshine mixing in with some clouds, getting up to 90 degrees in the afternoon. The daytime hours tomorrow are going to be fine. It is going to be the evening hours and late night and overnight hours when we see some of those storms rolling in. So here you see during the nighttime hours tonight, again, maybe just a couple little spotty showers around. Nothing widespread. In the morning, a few morning clouds. It'll be another mild start. Then getting into lunchtime, not a bad day. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny. In the afternoon, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures up to 90 degrees, but still no rain here, right? Southerly flow though, reinforcing that warmer air, also bringing in some moisture ahead of this. All right, that's the main line, 10 o'clock. Coming into northwest Georgia, stronger storms back into Alabama. Watch as these continue to push our way. This takes us to midnight here. We have that area of rain and storms continuing to push closer to Atlanta. Within that line, within that band, some of those could turn severe. 2 o'clock in the morning, still some showers from Atlanta, the leading edge south of us. By 4 o'clock, a lot of this is out of here. And then by 6 o'clock in the morning, before sunrise, we're thinking the rain's going to be gone and it'll be out of here. And we'll actually have a pretty nice day for the rest of the day on Wednesday. The wind shifts. We will see some cooler air returning after getting up to 90 degrees during the day tomorrow. Then we think we'll be at about 84 degrees here going into Wednesday after that rain gets out of here. So this is what we're watching with our weather impact alert late Tuesday, ending early Wednesday. And then check this out. Once we get into the early morning hours here on Friday and Saturday, we're talking about low temperatures in the 50s, highs only in the lower 80s Thursday, highs in the 70s on Friday and Saturday, and then low rain chances for your weekend at 20%, back up to 40% chances for rain on Monday, as those highs are only going to be in the lower 80s, which is really where we should be here for this time of year. So keep it right here with us on 11 Alive Plus, as well as Weather Impact 24/7. We will be doing special updates tomorrow night beginning at 7 o'clock. It's a Tuesday evening. At the top of every hour, we'll be doing extended live updates here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. And then we'll do continuous updates when necessary, if necessary, even into those overnight hours tomorrow night too. So keep it right here with us. We love doing these extended updates for you. We'll have more throughout the night tomorrow. And then if you want more information tonight at 11 o'clock, of course, we'll have more on 11 Alive News.